Have you ever felt like you were clapping for everyone, but no one was clapping for you? You show up, you put in the work, you try to grow, but silence is louder than your efforts. No validation, no applause, no one even noticing. So the question becomes, how do I stay motivated when no one is cheering me on? Let's talk about that today, because sometimes your loudest cheer will have to come from within. Hey fam, welcome back to the Personal Growth Series. I am Joshua Salvation, and in today's episode we are touching on something many people silently struggle with: the loneliness of self-growth. That space where you're trying to build your brand, improve your life, level up, but you're doing it with no extra support or no external support, no validations, and sometimes not even a well done. I want to speak directly to the people who are putting in the work but feels invisible. So please, if you know you're not doing anything, you just want to come and listen, I don't think it's really for you. But if you know you're doing something, you're putting in the work, but still you feel invisible, this is your place to listen to. Because motivation cannot always come from the outside. Sometimes you have to build it like a muscle from the inside out. If this topic already hit home already, is that English correct? If this topic already hit home, pause for a second, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share with someone who needs the reminder that their efforts still matter even in the silence. Let's start with the truth. External validation feels good, but it's not sustainable. If your growth depends on people clapping for you, you will obviously stop the moment they stop clapping. Now ask yourself honestly, am I building because I am passionate or because I want to be praised? You know what we call someone doing something because he really wants others to acknowledge it? Eye service. Are you really doing eye service, or you are building because you are passionate? Would I show up even if no one ever noticed me? Whatever you're doing now, ask yourself, put it in that journal I said you should get. Will I show up even if no one noticed what I am doing? Those are hard questions, but they are the real questions that reveal where your fuel is coming from. And then from the answers to those questions, we can proceed. How then can you, Mr. A or Mrs. A or Miss A or young boy A, how can you continue even without external validation? Redefine your why. Why did you start? The strongest motivation comes from a deep reason. If your why is tied to likes, if it's tied to applause, if it's tied to followers, then it will crumble when those things get quiet. But if your why is rooted in purpose, in growth, in impact, it will sustain you over time. Ask yourself, why did I start this journey in the first place? Put it down in your journal and give an honest answer. Who am I becoming in this process, even when no one sees it? Write your why down. Post it where you can see it, or keep it where you can see it, and remind yourself daily of why you started whatever you're doing. Tip 2 is to become your own cheerleader. You must learn to clap for yourself. You must learn to appreciate yourself, celebrate your little wins, because every small step counts. A journey to Yaba starts with you waking up in the morning and brushing your teeth and taking your bath and leaving your house. It starts with doing one little thing at a time. Every small step counts, and it's important to understand that if you showed up even for a day, clap. If you improve even 1% on a thing, clap. Motivation grows when you become your own source of affirmation and not waiting for others to be your cheerleaders. Try this. At the end of each day, write down 3 things that you did well, no matter how small they are. This rewires your brain to notice even the smallest progress, not just the pressure. Tip 3 is to create an environment that feeds you. Motivation dies in toxic places. So if you're surrounded by people who belittle your big dreams or your dreams, or people who don't get your vision, then it's time to protect your space. Build a growth environment. Follow voices online that inspire you. Listen to uplifting podcasts. Read books that water your purpose. Subscribe to channels like this that help you inspire yourself and help you grow. So you may not have a crowd, but you can create an atmosphere that sustains you. Tip 4 is to set micro goals and track progress. Sometimes the journey feels long because we're staring at the big picture. Sometimes you feel downhearted because you're always focusing on the destination. Why don't you focus on the journey? Break things down. Instead of saying, I want to build a brand, why don't you say, this week I'll create 3 posts. This week I'll create 4 posts. This month I will launch a mini project. Momentum builds motivation. The more you move, the more you will feel like moving. Tip 5 is to accept the season of silence, because they will always be there. Some of your most powerful growth will happen in silence. In those moments when there are no applause, when no followers are coming, when nobody is hyping you. But it's important not to mistake silence for failure. This is your root reason where you're digging deep, gaining clarity, strengthening your foundation, because when the fruit starts to show up, people will wonder how you suddenly blew up, but you know that it wasn't sudden, it was silent rather. If this episode helped you see your journey differently, don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, and share it with someone who is growing in the shadows. And remember this, you don't need a crowd to be great. You just need consistency, courage, and the willingness to clap for yourself until others catch on. This is Joshua Salvation, and this is my personal growth series. Keep growing even in silence, and as always, live inspired.